Level 2 workout number 1 is going to take the first two pentatonic scales that we're now calling fingering number 1 and number 2. Just like in level 1, we're going to start descending the scale. It's all about what I talked about in the introduction. Usually the first and best way to start playing the scale is actually from the top, because most of what you're going to be doing is in that top range on those top strings. That's where all the action is at. So just trying to subconsciously get you into the right spot right off the bat so you're able to use these scales. Okay, so let's get into it and see what's going on. Fingering number 1 is going to start out with the third finger to first finger step and a half sequence. So remember, as we've already learned throughout level 1 workout number 1, the reason why we're doing this is because we want to play these scales and put them into a feel where we're going to use them in improvising. You know, this is the real stuff. So 3 and 1 is how I'm going to play the step and a half intervals on the top. I'm going to bring them down, start with the downstroke, descend it all the way down to the lowest note, and then from there get to the lowest note of the next fingering that I'm going to ascend, and that's scale fingering number 2. That's going to start with a second finger, and I'll play 2 and 4 on the bottom, because from there I play 2 step and a half intervals with 1 and 4, because I'm in the lower half, I'm in the bottom half of the string set, so that's why I use the 4th finger down here. It's more comfortable and works out much better for whatever it is that I use this scale for. But the second half of it, though, given what I've done here, you might be inclined, if you want to stick to a position, to play like this. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play 1 and 3 for all of those whole step instances for the same reason I'm adjusting all of these fingers on the top. It's what works when I actually use this scale. So that's what you'll see me do. Now when I play all the way up at the top, I'm going to repeat that top note to descend the scale. And that makes the pattern of what it is we're playing here come out even. So be sure to do that so you stay in sync with me. You'll descend that scale all the way down to the second finger, come down to the first finger to start the ascent of scale fingering number 1. And once we get to the top note, once again, if you're going to loop it, and you will, you need to repeat that top note. So we'll flow this back and forth with alternate picking. Just start in the downstroke, keep the alternate picking consistent, and everything will feel smooth. So we'll start this one out at 50 beats per minute, and we'll drill this for 3 minutes at a time. So when you're ready, I'll see you over at 50.